세러데이 쇼다운 하나생명 e스포츠 대 디플러스 기아.
If these are all hovered, only to pick something, just a mage, the fans are gonna be disappointed.
What would be the most disappointing?
I don't know. Maybe like an Oriana, I think.
Oriana.
I think that really nails it. That was perfect.
A blur. Okay, some champions were picked. Let's dive into the rift for game number 1. Do more damage with the shades on.
Yeah. Didn't they
there was
like
the interaction where if you put them on, Leona did 1 less damage. He's often picked into the Zeri and then straight up loses lane.
Yeah, I just think the lane isn't that good.
And it's still happening.
Yeah, like the thing is, if you can try and harass, but then in any all-in, like the barrier heal is so strong, and in the extended trade, like once you use your full combo on Lucian, and you're just autoing, you're so useless.
So Shockwave going to be used onto the birthday boy, but he's flashing after Closer, not actually able to lock down the snare.
Very, very risky pick to take it. Yeah,
well, it was when Calix decided that he was going to be so incredibly daring and lock in the blind Karma.
Yeah.
That then it's going to be.
Sylvie has to fight again. I think he just wants to really deny this Void Grub, because remember, the initial Void Grub for each jungler is the really impactful one.
Yep.
He does deny it.
Does manage to lock that one down. That is going to mean they have the most possible damage to turrets available.
But it still feels like they have really cut it down by a fair amount.
Whoa, there's an ulti from Henna. He is going to get bubbled though. Not under the turret, thank goodness.
But they don't have their mid laner on the map. Closer's not there.
There's another bubble, as now Willa just decides he wants to jump in on top of them. Wild Growth does absolutely nothing though, and there's a tidal wave. Sylvie's going to turn up, cease and desist. Comes on through, but we've got a teleport from Closer trying to get him into the fight. Not going to actually have anyone. It's okay, never mind. Henna just dives on in. His sombrero, unfortunately, not actually able to lock down anyone. And now Sylvie, he's going to be the sacrificial lamb. I don't know whether he necessarily needed to go in there, but might justify some of the flashes on FearX's side. Now Jiwoo running the wrong direction, and that's Willa able to lock down that kill. Peter, I would recommend just going home this time around, as now Calix has found Closer, but Willa and Execute are very, very close by the flash over the top for the style 1v1.
You don't get that cooldown refund, and this is Closer where he found that 1v1.
Yeah, you can see already, Calix started it off at a decent health advantage. This moment right here, though, just very clean from the young man. Not as young as the guy who just took down.
Yeah.
All right, another ulti here from Henna as they land another beautiful bubble. Peter actually being on point with those ones, but now the empowers are coming in from Willa, and he's just going to leap on top of Sylvie. That is going to be the kill very comfortably here.
Jax with the Triforce.
Oh,
Sylvie
man.
cannot walk up to him, and it is going to be a Cloud Soul.
Oh, the best possible soul, as well, especially for speed.
And still weather-based.
Yeah.
And now 2,500 gold lead. Pretty solid, but I think the bigger takeaway is the double dragon and the fact that...
Oh, all right. Here's a cease and desist onto Henna, but he is Zeri, and so he just goes over the wall, and everything is going to be all right. Still another fantastic bubble from Peter, who tries to save the situation. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane...
Guys, it's his birthday. Come on.
Yeah, stop it.
The fact they already have 6 Void Bubs means they should be able to. If they can get it before the contest comes in, be quick.
Yeah, well, oh no! It's a disaster as Sylvie is once again just having a horrible time. It's just not their game this time around, as there's a knock up onto Dindon as well. That is very suboptimal. Closer's going to be able to lock down the kill due to that. About Dindon's play, that doesn't count. That doesn't fit into the mantra of let's just send it.
But then there's also Sylvie walking up in the bot lane play, which is
yeah, also not exactly a great example. I agree. Dindon walking up again though, and this time it is still not exactly the greatest, as Henna is just going to flash on top of him.
You know what?
Fire as well as an also his quick blades, as Willa eats all of the damage, utilizing his counter strike. Is now clear, looking for Sylvie, who goes down exceptionally low. Dindon realizing that he has to use his previously known as bear form, get himself out of the way.
Sylvie trying to get the dragon, and he had to heal up.
Yeah. Well, this Drake is going to get started. That's a full culling tanked by FearX. Can't be bad news. There's now Henna back into this fight, so it's going to be all about the Zerion, whether they can lock her down. No flash for Sylvie, but he does have cease and desist. Let's see whether they can actually find something here as Jiwoo with a big old Inspire shield. A bit of their health is coming back, is now clear. Looking for that flank angle, does manage to get a stun down onto Sylvie as Tidal Wave. Not going to hit Henna, but does hit Execute. I just don't think that's going to be enough to help them in this fight. They've thrown down a lot of cooldowns already.
Yeah, if I had clipped Henna, I think that might have been the signal to go. Kill the Zeri, win the fight. Oh!
All right, into the back line they go as Sylvie is here by himself, and unfortunately he's just going to be chopped up. That's another kill for this Zeri. Circle's being thrown in by Dundun. There's the shockwave onto Jiwoo and that Udyr. As now Jiwoo looking to try and take matters into his own hands, but he's just dead. That is going to be the Drake taken, and then the Lucian immediately afterwards. Dundun is going to be chopped up. And Henna is going to grab yet another kill. Calyx throwing down some Qs and almost manages to get a Lulu. Unfortunately, he's the one that tasted purple. That's a double.
But... Oh, not again, Sylvie.
Yeah, that's another Counter-Strike onto Sylvie, who's just being abused this game. That's Closer locking that one down. Now Henna takes a fair bit of damage, does have to use his barrier.
Yeah, I think when a Lucian dashes in on a Zeri and loses the trade with Nami backing him up,
here in this river, as the Baron is now down, and there is a Dominus. Calyx going to get stunned up. Oh my goodness, the bubble is decent though, as he just slices his way out. Tidal Wave for the disengage there, as well as Dundun. Possibly a little bit too close, but he runs real fast, so he'll be able to get out. And they are definitely succeeding in doing that. But now Dundun's hit. A circle will be delivered, and Fearex will just ignore it. He is booping a few people, and now Henna taking a fair bit of damage. Does have to utilize the wild growth, but now he is going to be relatively safe, and Nongshim do have to back away. Still, 2 inhibitors go down, and they are going to back off, because that was a dangerous amount of damage. And so is this, as Closer just going to execute Sylvie.
Not a good game for Sylvie. Not a good game for Vi.
Not sure about that one for Closer, but still he's going to be able to flash his way out. Execute also getting the heck out of there. Mantra Q coming on in as Jiwoo's completely out of mana, but now Dundun's coming in, and these health bars are very low. Jiwoo, you have to be careful, as now Dundun trying to get on top of the tankiest member of the team. Clear going aggressive. Koldemeek, he's going to find Calyx. Oh no, he's going to get chopped up, and now Dundun's dead as well. It's a double. The rest of Nongshim just trying to save themselves as Jiwoo losing a battle with a super minion. It's a disaster. Just looking to try and finish this one off, only suffering 1 death onto Execute, and Execute would have it. He would not have it any other way, as there's another shockwave connecting this time onto Sylvie. Henna going aggressive, not going to find too many with the ulti, but is going to be able to find some kills as he's now diving underneath. Has the wild growth there from Execute as well, and he's not even afraid of the fountain. He just runs right under there, picks up the triple kill, and there goes the game. Fearex, they decided to use the anger from being knocked out of playoffs and take it out on Nongshim.
Fortunately, helped them out a little bit
yeah, they
on
did.
that one. And Jiwoo, did a lot of damage in that game, but it felt like he just wasn't really finding the kills, chunking people down. No one really died.
Pike could have been the end.
The Blitz, it can take over the game, but it's very volatile. I feel like the Fearex comp in general is very volatile.
Yeah, and
that seems
the
a lot
other
more
hook
stable,
champion, yeah.
Or that seems very good for Execute.
That's very true, and I actually think that this is the best way to do it. You just pick the champion that Execute has been by far the best on. The drafts on it. All right, let's do it. Let's jump onto the Rift for game number 2. And so you just passed out.
I just passed out, and the thing is, I did this to him on 3 separate occasions, and he's still my friend, which I don't know why.
That's the kind of forgiveness that you need from a true friend.
Yeah.
That is okay. That is a great stun on to Closer. Of course, you can just press that button. That is why the Talia does just kind of work.
If that rocket hit, I don't think he would have died, but definitely would have been getting very chunked out. They're not looking mid. Remember, Closer has no cooldowns apart from the flash.
Yeah, that's another seismic shot. There's a flash forward from Peter, and Closer going to waste no time. He flashes, and that is going to be Calyx following up.
Season ensuing trades, and the knockback here. Yeah, really solid. I think ultimately had to flash the knockback there. Closer did.
Yep, beautifully done.
And yeah.
And it's Dundun, right?
Oh,
He's never going to be worried as maybe they should, as Peter is not going to be able to flay away the horse lady too easily, and it's just going to be a kill going over to Henna. Yeah, unfortunate position here for the Thresh.
Did his base get interrupted by like an extendo beam or something? I really am curious how he ended up in that situation. I'm sure we're going to replay to add some context, but yeah.
Things like that just doesn't feel as important. The Super Mega Death Rocket is going to stop Closer's back. That's annoying.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought so, but I've never tried. So perhaps this is the game.
Yeah.
This is the strat.
Whoa.
This is why they picked Taliyah K'Sante. Everyone thought, oh, it's because they're both two very strong champions. No. It's for the wall drag combo.
Yep.
I think that's a skirmish where you're liable just to end up losing it.
Whoa, there's a flash as immediately Cleanse gets Jiwoo out of there. He also has to flash in that moment as cease and desist on top of Willa, who does leap onto Henna here, and he's going to survive. Oh my god, Execute able to lock down Sylvie on the other side of the fight, though.
Peter?
Okay. Gonna flay back Execute. There's a flash. Magnus Storm crash down on top of Jiwoo as well, who does manage to take the Lantern this time around. Calyx with a decent disengage onto Willa, and they do manage to take down Henna. No Zeri in the fight. Jiwoo is also well and truly out of it. 200 health and running the other direction. Still, it's a win for Nongshim as we transition over.
But oh, there we go.
Yeah, finally it is going to achieve some resolution as now Closer finds Calyx. There's the flash out of the way as perfect execution comes in, but he misses absolutely everything else. Cease and desist comes down, and now Calyx has got him at arm's length. 5-point strike doesn't work, and there is the punch to the noggin as Sylvie locks it down.
We'll see the replay, so checking the brush with it. Does find the Akali, flash the knockback, and then it sidesteps the Q there, but I think it was a bad angle from Closer, and then just didn't have anything left at the end, ran out of steam.
Yeah.
It was that Q that was missed there was the critical one, and, it's good sidestep from Calyx, but,
Dundun is pretty tanky. Sylvie not going to find the Vault Breaker this time around.
Yeah, no ult available for Sylvie on the back of that previous play, so no fight to be started.
Yeah, having the extra health, I think, has looked pretty good. As now Willer is going to dive on top of Calyx. Dash Cannon is going to connect this time around, and there is the kill. Some revenge for Closer as Execute roams on down as well to make sure that there is no counter kill. So able to get one back here is the Akali player, and don't really worry too much about it. That is going to be the outer turret in the mid lane going down, though. That could be even more valuable. So that's something that they will care about. It's also going to extend that gold lead a little bit further out as well, although it is still sitting at only about 2.5k. No real worries there as we move towards.
Closer is doing the walking version of TPing, where you just kind of walk behind them.
Yeah. That's kind of working out. You can see Nongshim now moving down, wanting to try and grab Closer as there's Weaver's Wall. And Calyx, they do get the teleport out. And now Clear is going to have to do some side steps, do some trying to escape from this one. Does manage to do so pretty comfortably, but they get the perfect execution out of Closer. Sylvie has taken some damage, as he generally has throughout this game, but now Fearex gets some pretty guaranteed control around this Drake. No Weaver's Wall, no cease and desist to try and help out with this one.
I will say, denying the flank, pretty massive. You can see Clear still looking for it, but losing the Vial definitely hurts.
Oh, Execute. He could find a huge angle here as now they try and pull back Clear, but there's a Magnus Storm. Not as big as it could have been, but it's still going to be good enough as Henna locks down the first, grabs the second. It should be a triple, and there it is. Closer going to tidy up another. There goes the Jinx, and Calyx on his birthday is the last man standing. Execute just walks up to him, and now Henna is going to complete a quadra as well. And you can see 3 items and a Zeal for Jiwoo as well. So this Jinx starting to get online as there's a teleport. They're looking for Clear. Cease and desist can come on through, and he does manage to tag him. Weaver's Wall delivering the Taliyah over the top as Clear able to slice and dice and try and get himself out as into the Shroud goes Closer. Perfect execution, but I don't know whether it was named correctly for this one as Willa gets a lot of counter-strike value, but everyone is sort of just going in one by one. The Magnus Storm doesn't really get it done. The Jinx goes down, but the K'Sante is gonna be enough damage in the end. And Execute, he ain't doing nothing. It's a quadra kill for Dundun. And going for a bit of an optimistic siege. There is Jiwoo taking a land to try and get himself out of there as Clear's going to get hooked. Back Calyx goes golden nicely, but it's not going to be enough to keep him alive. Seismic shove, and they do manage to throw back the Akali. So from the grave, they get some kills, and now Jiwoo's getting excited. They're diving on top of Henna, and Dundun, with all this extra money, is an absolute monster. And now he has a Jinx who's still alive. As Nongshim, they'll get another Quadra, and now they'll deal with this outer turret.
And that is the Jiwoo you can trust in the late game. Great flash. Just as you saw the moment they all look to dive, one of the Jinx, he manages to find an angle, manages to get away, and with another Quadra kill, Nongshim firmly back in this game. Gold now even from such a deficit before, and honestly, they might
this game
end. Yeah, Jinx with the resets.
It's 20 seconds until Closer is back up again, and I don't think Execute's going to be able to do anything on his own. Jiwoo, he's got teammates that can tank up these Nexus turrets. This is Dunzo. We are going to a game 3. Unless Execute has anything crazy to do about it. I just don't know whether he does.
Oh, they've got
it. He's the only one here. Okay, Closer is going to be up, but that is going to be it. There goes the Nexus, and Nongshim are still in it.
Such a factor. And yeah, just ended up disrespecting the Jinx, I feel. This pick really came alive in the latest stages of the game. Malignant's interaction with Eclipse is just going to be the Udyr for Dundun, which I'm going to be honest, I haven't been hugely convinced by so far.
Ever?
Time.
Yeah.
I feel like the Udyr is not as tanky compared to when he was going like Frozen Heart Rukin, and they were both really strong at the start of the split.
But obviously it was very cute as he got a bit of a round of applause. Fearex, you can see the composition here. A little bit of a stray from what they have been playing in the past. Nongshim, this is very much a Nongshim composition. We'll see what's going to win out as we hop into the Rift for the final game. And it is all quiet once again on Summoner's Rift.
Yeah, we'll see how this... Oh, Colmy's come down as well.
Okay. This is interesting. Jiwoo just going to face check, takes a fair bit of damage, but that is a large amount of threaded volley value.
Yeah, but I'm not sure... I mean, I guess their timing is good. They're not going to be able to recall now, so they are chunked still.
That are going to be the advantage. You mentioned the using the ebb and flow when there were enemies present, and that is precisely what Execute is going to do.
Yeah, not convinced by that barrier usage then.
Everyone just loves Renekton. Just doesn't feel like a Fearex draft to me. Oh dear, Sylvie flies over the top. Isn't able to hit the Q onto Willa, but he immediately flashes to get himself out of the way. Not going to be able to do anything about this by the looks of things. Willa still trying to come on over for a potential spike.
Oh,
does get it. Oh, that is a huge bailout.
Yeah, I mean, playing Lee Sin as well, Sylvie, you should be getting those.
Yeah, they get a little bit of control back to Henna and Execute, as now Q going to connect, and maybe, just maybe, this is the way back in for Nongshim because Willa is burning. There's a big heal with the ebb and flow on top of it, and that is going to save their Maokai.
Yeah, but otherwise, pretty slow game overall, which I think is pretty fine for Nongshim. I think they're pretty happy with the outcome of how it's gone so far.
I think both teams are probably feeling like scaling is going to be the aim of the game. Here on the bottom side, though, it is going to be a little bit of extra damage onto this turret, mainly. First plate does go down. Jiwoo also getting poked out here, as you can see. Does have the shielding from Peter.
Kind of just maybe a little bit misexecution on some of the punishes. The early barrier burn, the flashes being burned, I think all these factors hurt them.
Oh, there's the Weaver's Wall. Yeah, I think that Execute is real dead. As Weaver's Wall isn't exactly long enough, Seismic Shove has to be flashed, and Henna sticking around for a little bit too long. Sylvie also just not coming down for the play because he can't follow a Talia, and so therefore he's going to start off this Drake, and Nongshim final one, as now Willa throws down the Nature's Grasp. Jiwoo going to get snared. There's a culling. Bubble is going to connect as well. Tidal Wave there, and we've got teleports coming through. So Closer, he turns up, but he's going to have to immediately Valkyrie to get himself out.
We've actually never, you know, in the history of League of Legends, there's never been a perfect game for both teams in the same game.
Hey, that's true. And this might be the end of it now, as you got Jiwoo dashing forward, gets the double knock-up with the Wild Growth. He'll take a turret shot, but he also doesn't care. As Execute not going to be able to save this one. Q going to miss, as there's a safeguard forward from Sylvie. Still wants to be able to find a fight, and they'll get another plate onto this Zeri. Nongshim. So that will certainly help them try to lock down this dragon. Sylvie Looking like he is trying to get into position to really fight for this one as Clear's moved over. You've got Dundon in exactly the same spot on the other side of the rift. He's going to blast cone his way in. We got a 5v5 as there's the Weaver's Wall. Nature's Grasp going to be collected. Oh my god! Right into the back line goes Jiwoo. He's got the Wild Growth and all of his health bar. And the Corki, where did he go? Oh my god, Henna is just going to be ripped to shreds by this Udyr. And they had a package. Will he be in slice range?
You are now firmly dead.
Yeah. Call Me is going to at least discover that there is a Renekton here, but he is immediately just going to get locked down by the Nature's Grasp. Flashes, tries to get out. There's a kick for the disengage. Never mind, Call Me's just fine. He's throwing in the... Oh, and they pick it up, the seismic shove. Okay, it was all just a cunning ruse. It was a bait.
You know, I'm going to say it.
Call Me was the master.
Even though Nongshim don't have any Chemtech Dragons or the Chemtech Soul, I feel like the spirit of the Chemtech Soul really helped him out there. Helped him survive.
My god, that was absurd. Okay, the culling going to fly in here as Jiwoo. Sylvie thinking about trying to find an avenue in. Did hit one of these Qs. Doesn't connect that one onto Henna though. As now Call Me tanking up a turret shot momentarily as they're all stacked up. The double bubble is massive, but so is Dundon. He's taken down very low though and does have to eat the Wild Growth. That is a big cooldown that now Jiwoo will not have. Call Me, I think getting this inner turret is about the best that they can do as he tries to dash. Does have flash still available and will have to use it. Nongshim, that's what you should do. That's the way to do it. Dundon's teleported back in. That health bar is full once again.
Yeah, not sure how I feel about this play.
Yeah, they're all just going to back. And
look,
then
Alex has gone to the rest of it.
Call Me is just going to cruise towards the mid lane. Definitely worked.
Results-based analysis. Everyone
that's what I am about normally. Okay, so ultimate does come on through here as Sylvie's trying to get himself out. That is going to be the Drake secured, but can they actually win the fight? Because Sylvie somehow slunk his way out of there. Yes, he wasn't able to get himself the Drake though, so that is definitely good news for FearX. Dundon tanks a full culling and then asks, and then what? And they say nothing. Scryer's Orb's going to be thrown out left, right, and center around this Baron as well. That hasn't been started just yet. As all right, Jiwoo says, if you want to dash in, maybe I'll dash in. As now Call Me looks for Henna, who has to flash the wall. Execute has to do the same thing as well. The bottom lane completely down as now Sylvie finding an angle. Nature's Grasp does come in. FearX, though, scattered. Call Me as well in a lot of trouble. He has to burn his Seraph Shield. And that is going to be the end of the aggression, I believe. Clear finally making his way forward. This is the Scryer's Bloom from yesterday. As Seismic Shove going to pick up Willa. That's the jungler. He is so important in this moment. There's the kickback. It is onto the Renekton, though not necessarily the highest priority. And he is just going to Dominus, keep himself alive. Still Nongshim with the health advantage. Weaver's Wall comes down. It's going to split up the fight as Henna has to dash out. It's another fantastic shove as the Lee Sin picks up a double. Now Closer is in trouble. Sylvie, he might just find one more. And there it is, the triple kill. And he's going to find Clear, but he's teleported away. Wants nothing to do with this at all. And Nongshim, off the back of it, should collect the Baron.
Splitting them with the wall, get the
I think Call Me may be in trouble. I think Dundon may be in trouble.
Nongshim, FearX did this exact same thing last game, where someone overextended bot and died. Don't do the same. He wants maximum shielding.
Well, here is a Weaver's Wall as Call Me comes in. We're going to look for a little bit more here, but not the seismic shove. That is going to go a little wide. FearX able to walk their way out. These rockets getting scary as Jiwoo over the wall. Culling not going to really connect, and they manage to take down. No, he is just getting...
Oh, he actually broke the shield.
He took a damage. Okay, there we go.
Oh, it's back.
Yeah. There's another one. That's back as well. Okay, now he's underneath the turret. I'm not sure about this one. He's dead. Wild Growth comes in. He is dead. He is dead. Yeah. So we kind of thought just going to get corralled.
Whoa.
Jiwoo is just skating up, and they're going to try and take the second inhibitor. I guess that's an opportunity. Is now package going to be delivered to no one? Wrong address.
This kind of feels like the earlier play, where I'm not sure I agree with the method, but the results, you can't argue.
Yeah, kind of worked out. Is the culling going to be soaked by Dundon? Very happy to do so as... Oh, dear. Clear just kind of dashing over the rocks.
Yeah, they got the package down.
Yeah.
You know?
It all kind of worked. And now they're looking for a pick onto Clear. He does manage to ult in time. Hasn't been able to find too many. Good split here, although Colmy is in trouble. He gets tagged. There's another rocket, and he's out of the fight completely. Teleport is up and available, so he can just go back and now look for an opportunity. But you can see FearX, they've got back on this Baron. This is getting messy. But Jiwoo's health bar is still extraordinarily large. As I say it, a little bit of poke damage does come on through. He cannot be frontlining. Not just yet. And Dundun, he understands as now Colmy dives in. He is going to be able to find his shove. Loses most of his health bar, but he can afford that. Flashes go forward. And Dundun, he's a huge red circle, and it's working out for Nongshim. There goes the Corki, and now Jiwoo is unleashed onto the Rift. Execute. He doesn't really know where he's going. It's not anywhere good, unfortunately, as the Sonic Wave misses, but it does not matter. There are more rocks being thrown down here as Willa is going to Twisted Advance towards Colmy. The kitty cat going to help lock down. Oh, never mind! Oh, God, okay. Is he going to die? Is he?
Chemtective. It's Chemtective.
Yeah, oh, it is. It's Chemtective.
It's
There it goes.
Chemtective. You know, the 11% reduced damage ends up saving him.
And FearX, they just have to try and keep these Nexus turrets alive, but it's so hard into the Talia. Doesn't find the size. He does actually. It's onto Henna, and it last hits him. Now Nongshim, they are just going to break this one up. Jiwoo dives in. He is a tank. He is a monster. What was that? That's like old Zeri when she was giga broken. That's the quadra kill. Another one.
Thank you very much. This is Dear for the POG interview translation, joined by the players of the Nongshim Red Force, who just closed out their final match with a reverse sweep. We have Dundun, Sylvie, Calix, Calmy, Jiwoo, and Peter for the interview. Congratulations! Dundun, what an intense match. You have won the final match of spring and got a POG. How do you feel? I'm really happy that we're able to close out our final game of the season with a victory. And I feel like there are so many regretful moments throughout the season. Yeah, many people were excited for Nongshim at the start of 2024 season. So compared to last year, how have you grown? I think what grew the most was our 07 born player, Calix. He grew so much in terms of his height. What a huge growth. So, as Father Dundun, what would you like to say to your teammates? Good work, you guys. I feel like I didn't play Aatrox too well, so it must have been really hard playing with me. I feel like you guys went through so much because of me. I'll just do better next time. I'm sorry. And good work. I feel like everyone is just listening to this so seriously. Yeah, I'm quite embarrassed. The fan side says, good work, you guys, our sons. And Sylvie, the spring might have been full of takeaways and perhaps regret. So how was the regular season for you? Like just like the last season, there were so many moments that we could have done so much better. And I feel like us not being able to improve and win the games that we were able to win is my biggest regret. And in the last game, you look so sharp on Lee Sin, and you started playing him for the first time 2 days ago. And so why the change in heart? I feel like I always play well in scrims as Lee Sin, but every time I played Lee Sin on stage, it just didn't go very well. And I think what gave me the confidence to play Lee Sin was just watching other players play Lee Sin on stage. So I think that's where I got the inspiration from. You must have so much more to show your fans. So, what is your goal moving forward? This spring season, we couldn't make it to the playoffs, but we'll make sure that we grow on and improve from our mistakes from this season to make it to the playoffs for sure in the next summer season. And Calix, it's your birthday! And you are celebrating your birthday with a win! Congrats! I feel like you probably were the biggest gift for your fans. And how was your debut today? My first debut in the LCK, and it was really my birthday, and I really wanted to show a good performance, and I feel like I haven't shown everything. I feel so sorry for the fans for not performing so well. Yeah, so you were born in 2007? You got such a deep voice. And you gave us a great walk-in performance, and it was really nice seeing your confidence. Were you nervous coming onto the stage at all? I feel like rather than nervous or nerve-wracking feelings, I feel like I was just really excited to play on stage. Was there any teammate that gave you a good advice? Peter and Call Me actually gave me a lot of good advice. What kind of mid laner do you aspire to be? If you can tell us your goal and resolution. My goal is to become the mid laner that everybody thinks of when they think of an LCK mid laner, and I believe there's so much work and so much for me to do to achieve that. And it looks like your mother is here on site. Would you like to say anything to your mother? Thank you for birthing me and raising me. I love you. Next up will be Call Me. This spring, alongside Fiesta, you have defended the mid lane. How does it feel to contribute and close out the spring season with a victory? I feel like I just had so many shaky moments, and there were so many swaps, and Calix also came onto the stage as a starter. I feel like I just had to be the one who gives my team some faith, but I feel so sorry for not being that figure that could have done that. I hope that I can become a pillar, and we can grow our trust in one another and become a better team. So Talia is high up on the tier list right now, but what was the team's reason for prioritizing her today? I feel like Talia has so many things that she can do. She can apply so much pressure on every side of the map. I feel like our team really wanted to play Talia as a part of our comp due to all of her strengths. So what did you say to Calix? I didn't say much. I just said in game 1, I just saw that he was just trying to assert dominance, trying to kill the opponent, but I told him not to get so hung up on just getting kills. Now, please share your resolution. For Fiesta, I've actually played with him for a while, and I believe that we'll be able to show even better performance as a team. And Jiu, this was your second season in the LCK. How does it feel to finish the last match with a victory? Yeah, it's Calix's birthday. I really wanted to win for him. And we were supposed to get a 2-0 with Calix, but regretfully we gave away a game. I'm just really happy that we're able to win with Calix. Jiu, you displayed such huge potential as a carry this spring, and Nongshim took a handful of games away from stronger teams. So, what was your most memorable game? I think the most recent match against T1 was probably the most regretful one. Ju, every time we interview you, you smile so innocently. Every time we see you in game, it's always amazing to see you unleash your firepower. So where does this aggression come from? You know, on a daily basis, when I play solo queue and when I play scrims, I actually am always proactive and I'm always in the front line. Maybe that's why.
어떤 의미인지 잘은 모르겠습니다만 알겠습니다. 앞으로가 더욱더 기대되는 지우 선수가 아닌가 싶습니다. 앞으로 서머를 향한
We're so excited to see what your future holds. What is your resolution for the summer season? There's so many things that we couldn't make work in the spring season, so we want to make sure that we fix those problems. And I hope that you can look forward to how we can, what we can show you for the summer season. Next up will be Peter. It was your last match of the season, so what mindset did you walk in with today? We really wanted to finish strong, and we all talked about how we should do our best today. And with all the fans watching us today, we said we cannot lose in front of them. And alongside Jiu this season, you contributed so much. Anything you'd like to say to Jiu? Jiu, thank you. Okay, Jiu, what's your response? Me too. Thank you.
굉장히 보고만 있어도 기분이 좋아지는 바텀 듀오인 것 같습니다. 피터 선수 서머까지 기간이 꽤 남아 있습니다. 어떻게
Peter, there's a long time left until summer. How will you prepare for it? At the beginning of spring, everything was good, including practice. And I feel like our mindset was this season will be different. But I feel like the results doesn't really show that, so I want to make sure that we maintain what we improve on from spring and supplement what we are missing on, and we want to make sure that we get to show a better performance all together as a team. That was the resolution from Peter. And Sylvie, as the team captain, what would you like to say to your fans? I'm sure a lot of you guys were looking forward to our spring season. There are a lot of bad moments in terms of the result. I really want to say sorry, and I would like to apologize on behalf of our team. Despite that, you guys are always so supportive. Thank you so much for cheering for us. And we want to make sure that we work even harder to make it to the playoffs for the summer. We look forward to witnessing your inevitable growth for the summer. Thank you once again. And this will be the end of the interview with Nongshim Red Force and Back to the Space.